Fabrizio Romano confirms a couple of football players joining Manchester United. And we could definitely see what is going on with a number of transfers, including the one and only Rasmus HOJLUnd, and talking a little bit about Mason Greenwood, and also not forgetting also yet a big number of football players that definitely are on the verge of joining the club Manchester United. And where you watching from, which part of the world are you watching from, just make it a point, subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as this posts and as long as it is Manchester United related, right about here at the United chapter with me, your very host, Abu KALS. Anyway, let's talk about what's happening in the football world, and talking about what the football analyst, one of the best football analysts, transfer specialists, and that is Fabrizio Romano. What has Fabrizio Romano talked about today about the transfers of Manchester United? As he said a few things about Manchester United and the transfers that are taking place at the club Manchester United. Anyway, whom should we start with? Let's start with Mason. Should I start with Mason Greenwood? Rasmus HOJLUnd, I think. So with Rasmus HOJLUnd, definitely everybody knows that Rasmus HOJLUnd has been linked to Manchester United, and a few bids have been already rejected by the club Atalanta. He plays for Atalanta and also the Denmark national team. And Atalanta definitely is very much into selling the football player. And we definitely going to be talking about ONANA too. ONANA is also going to be a part of this. Quite a lot to talk about. So Rasmus HOJLUnd, definitely he's moved to Manchester United. Still a very young football player, and it's been overpriced. It's quite a lot of money that they want for him. But I mean, I can understand why he's costing quite a lot of money. At 20 years of age, definitely that's quite understandable. He's set to sign a long-term deal with Manchester United, and that will not come easy. That will come with a big price, and the big price will be a lot of money. It's gonna be quite a lot of money. With Manchester United really needing a big solution in the forward section, I think Rasmus HOJLUnd could be a big solution that Manchester United has been looking for quite a long period of time. And then again, not forgetting that we have to talk about yet other football players like Mason Greenwood and also Andre ONANA. Let's talk a little bit about Andre ONANA, because a lot came in the limelight about Andre ONANA. We remember that Andre ONANA is an Inter Milan football player and also plays for the Cameroon national team, and has been linked to the club Manchester United for some time, and he's worked with Erik ten Hag before at Ajax Amsterdam. They had quite a great relationship, but unfortunately he left Ajax Amsterdam and went to Inter Milan. And as you already know, Erik ten Hag, the current manager of Manchester United, is already here. So they separated ways, but they've been looking at making a comeback, making a reunion after David De Gea really left the club Manchester United. It comes to confirmations, the 100% Manchester United is bringing in a goalkeeper. And at this point in time, Manchester United is not looking elsewhere. Manchester United has its focus on just one football player, and that one football player is none other than Andre ONANA. One goalkeeper, and that goalkeeper is none other than Andre ONANA. So Manchester United is really looking for different ways on how they can approach this transfer. But already Manchester United has put in a bid. The first bid was around £40 million. And right about now, second bid being £47 million. However, the coach of Inter Milan, really, the manager of Inter Milan, came out and said they are set to sell. This should run very fast, because Italy teams are not allowed to buy before they sell. You have to first sell, then you can buy, and that's the rule. And right about now, seeing what really is happening, they are waiting for finishing up with the Andre ONANA deal, as it is still it's still on the table. But also it will be remembered that it is in its final stages, advanced, it's in its advanced stage, in that we could possibly be seeing Andre Onana making a move to Manchester United. There is a big possibility that Andre Onana is going to end up at Manchester United because he's got quite a big relationship with the manager. He's got quite a big relationship, and also very talented. However, put in consideration that Andre Onana can be a crazy goalkeeper. That you definitely need to know. He is a crazy goalkeeper. If you've watched a few clips of who Andre Onana is, really, definitely you can you know what I'm talking about. And if you have notes, if you do not know who Andre Onana is, you can go possibly on YouTube and put in search Andre Onana in the. They then bring you some clips, and you can get the clips and watch those clips, and probably you will know how crazy Andre Onana is. He never stays in the goal, and it is reportedly said that he can play as a forward, he can play as a defender, he can play as a winger, he can play as a midfielder, and that is Andre Onana. Crazy Andre Onana. Versatile, very versatile, but it is said that despite all that, that he can play quite well and very well, like as a midfielder, very well as a striker, very well as a defender. It's said that the best position that he really plays in is being a goalkeeper, and that's why he's kept there as a goalkeeper. It's quite a bit interesting. I would love to see him play as a midfielder or as a striker anyway, but it shouldn't be a test really. If he can do it, then he can do it anyway. We are going to be heading into a season of drama if he signs for the club Manchester United, and I know some of you will be remembering, will be saying, oh, Abu Kals told us about this, or he's a crazy goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper, but again, he is a crazy goalkeeper, and he moves out of the goals many times, with some of my friends telling me that, oh, Andre Onana has spent most time of his career out of his box than he's been in the goal section. That's a bit crazy for a goalkeeper. Anyway, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be a very good thing if he definitely comes to Manchester United, remains, if the deal is really done. Before I anticipated, because Inter Milan said that they needed £60 million for Andre Onana. And it's like £60 million. I don't think Manchester United is going to pay that, but it could pay something close to £50 million, really. That could probably be favorable for the club Manchester United and Andre Onana. So the fact that Manchester United has already reached that £47 million, definitely that shows you that United is going for the football player 100%. Big possibility, big chance that Manchester United is going to sign the football player, the goalkeeper. And the fact that David De Gea, who spent 12 years out as a Manchester United goalkeeper, is definitely out of the picture right about now. Definitely that shows you how things are going to run, how things are going to go for the club Manchester United. Manchester United needs a goalkeeper. I mean, United is not going to walk into a season without a goalkeeper. I know Tom Heaton is a good goalkeeper, but he's never been the first choice goalkeeper. So you can't trust him with the season, not even one. I don't think so. However, that does not take him the way that he's a good goalkeeper and he does his training, very talented goalkeeper, but not to the levels of Andre Onana. Andre Onana is the big deal, and hopefully we'll be seeing him playing for the club Manchester United, and that probably will be very soon. And also talking about yet another football player, possibly Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is really one of those goalkeeper, one of those football players that has been linked to Manchester United, and he's been linked to Chelsea and Manchester United. So there is a bit of a struggle between the club Chelsea and Manchester United for the football player, but he's quite expensive, 150 million euros for him. But for a football player, United really need a striker, and if they can get him, then I think Manchester United will have done quite a great job. I think Manchester United will have done big getting him. And being it's him in the picture for a striker Manchester United. There is Rasmus Højlund, but also there is Harry Kane. We can't rule Harry Kane off. You cannot rule him off because Manchester United is also looking into different opinions on how they can sign him. But Bayern Munich is seemingly to be very interested in the football player and willing to give him quite a bit of money. But also Tottenham Hotspurs, from what we are getting, Tottenham Hotspur has said they will be giving him £400,000. £400,000 per week. I don't know how credible that is, but that's what is from different sources. I mean, £400,000 per week for him to stay. That's quite a lot of money, more especially for a club like like Tottenham Hotspur. But I still can understand why the club Tottenham Hotspur is saying they want to give him that amount of money, because he's a class football player and he has kept Tottenham Hotspur alive for a very long period of time. I mean, Spurs hasn't been being the fast, but it's always been there. Sometimes no Champions League football, but almost there. It's not been in the relegation zone. It's not been anywhere near the relegation zone. For some reason, Spurs has always been above the top. It's been always in the top 10. And the fact that when you see the amount of goals that Harry Kane has always scored for Spurs, you can confidently understand why they are dishing out quite big money for the football player. I really understand why, because that amount of money is crazy, but the football player is also good. Managing to score 30 goals last season, and it's not the only season that he scored 30 goals. He scored 30 goals in 30 goals in 2 seasons, not in 2 seasons, 2 different seasons, 2 different sets of 30 goals, and that is 60 goals in 2 seasons. Really, that's quite good. And his scoring record is always actually above 25 goals, and when he scores 24, 25, he's not very happy. It's a bad season for him. And the fact that he is in a club like Tottenham Hotspur, if he crosses over and moves to a club like Manchester United, really, he's going to score more goals, and it's going to be quite a brilliant move for him, because the name Harry Kane, it should not stop on Harry Kane. It needs to get a bit of trophies written in capital letters onto it. I know he's broke some records, quite big records for the English national team, but also outside the English national team, definitely needs trophies. And the biggest place that he can go and get trophies is Manchester United. So let's wait and see. And also our chances of Moises Caicedo signing for the club Manchester United, definitely there is still a bit of chance. But Chelsea are very serious about signing the football player, and they are in advanced stages. Unless a hijack happens, we are not going to be seeing Moises Caicedo moving to the club Manchester United. But I can tell you that never say never. It's still possible for Manchester United to sign Moises Caicedo, who is a Brighton and Hove football player who's been playing for Brighton and Hove for quite a long period of time, and also has been playing for the Ecuadorian national team. A very good defensive midfielder, still young. Leave alone Casemiro. Casemiro is great, talented, but he's aging, and someone definitely needs to be under there. Anyway, I think Moises Caicedo definitely would do quite a good job at Manchester United. Having said that, let's talk about Mason Greenwood. And Mason Greenwood really is one football player that Manchester United can rely on, can come to Manchester United, can score goals, just as he did before. The fact that he has not been allowed to play again, but it's only Manchester United that is delaying him from playing because seeing what happened, the fact that the court ruled that he is innocent and he can play again, Manchester United came back and said, you are not going to play before we finish up our private investigation. But the fact that he's been spotted in training with Manchester United football players like Anthony Elanga, definitely that shows you that he is into a move to the club. Manchester United making a comeback, and it is said that it is going to be much bigger and better experience for him, as you should wait for Mason Greenwood's return. Thank you for being part of the United chapter, and please subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester United related, right about here at the United chapter with me, your very host, Abu KALS. So thank you and goodbye for now.